I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investmentpitch Media and FinTech News Network. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Max Rye, the CEO of DeepCloud AI. Max, it's a pleasure to have you on the show today, and thank you so much for taking the time to be here.
Thank you, Ashton. It's a pleasure to be on here as well.
You're very welcome. Let's kick it off with a discussion about DeepCloud AI. Could you please start by giving us an overview of the company and what you are trying to achieve in the industry?
Well, we started this project a few years ago, and what our goal really was. And by the way, we come from the cloud space prior to this, from a traditional tech background. We did a lot of digital transformations for large companies, and we worked quite a bit with a lot of other cloud companies that are out there. So we definitely saw massive potential in the decentralized environment. We saw other competitors doing something similar to what we wanted to do. So we worked together with our team and started building our own decentralized cloud. And really, that's how we started off this with a lot of our team members.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So you're providing a decentralized cloud mainly for decentralized applications, is it? Now, what are the current problems in the industry that you guys are solving?
Well, currently it's very difficult because the other folks that are doing decentralized cloud don't necessarily have a product ready to use for end users that they can actually download, install, and start sharing their resources right out of the box. That's something that we wanted to address. We have a great team, so we were able to ramp that up. We had a Linux version that we rolled out first, then we rolled out a Windows version. That allows people to start using this product right away. And as of last year, they can already start launching containerized dApps or decentralized applications, and even start hosting their websites in a decentralized way.
Very interesting. Now, are there a lot of other competitors that are doing this same thing? And how large is this market for you guys? Does this apply to every business?
Well, the competition in decentralized environment is a bit different, just because everybody's kind of trying to address a different area. I know some guys are focused a lot more on the GPU side, renting out GPU. Some guys are focused on the compute, and some people are in different stages. We wanted to kind of take a focus on putting a product that's out that everybody can use from day one, and that's actually a useful product right away. And by the way, besides that, we've already launched a few products that's pretty popular. One of them is called Deep Transfer. It's a file sharing program. One of the heaviest uses in Mexico right now with the media companies, actually.
Very interesting. And how much time have you put into the development of DeepCloud AI so far? And is that your main product, or are there more products that are coming out still?
Well, like I mentioned before, what we were able to do is allow people to host containerized websites and dApps right out of the gate. Now, what's really, really cool is we're making a major announcement pretty soon. We're working with a TLD, which is a top-level domain. And we are looking at decentralized domain registry, which is really huge, and that will allow us to provide a product end-to-end decentralized. So there's some really amazing things that we're doing there.
Interesting. And is that similar to the ENS, like Ethereum name service that we've seen, where people can purchase Ethereum domain names? Is that similar to that?
Very similar to that. This is fully registered through ICANN, so it's something that everyone can use, and we're also going to have digital wallets that people can attach their Ethereum addresses to, because we are going to be building this on the Ethereum network.
Interesting. And is there a business model that is built into DeepCloud? How are you going to drive revenue sources and create a sustainable business?
From day one, we're able to, especially as we're launching these products, we already have a subscription basis. So we have people already purchasing our products, which is great. And as we launch these decentralized domain registry, as well as our other products, which are DeepCloud decentralized products, they all are, we have a free version and we have paid versions as well. So they're getting plenty of usage already.
Interesting. And what's the size of your current customer base right now? And is it really focused in North America, Asia, or is it in any specific countries?
Latin America, we have quite a bit of traction, just because that's where we have a lot of our enterprise partners. We have about 18 enterprise partners in Mexico. And we also have a pretty big project that we're working closely with the government, which is a vehicle registration program. We'll be releasing some more announcements on that pretty soon. But that's another great project we're doing that'll be all blockchain based as well.
Very interesting. And with DeepCloud, have you integrated a cryptocurrency into the platform as well? And if you have, how does that work within the system?
Sure, absolutely. We have our own Deep token, which is ERC20. It's used for payments. It's used for audit trails. So we're using the blockchain for various things based off of which products that we have or that we're putting out there. DocuSign, which is we're working on a version of DocuSign called DeepSign. We'll have blockchain trails and so forth for that. As you can imagine, we can integrate the blockchain aspect of it in various different ways.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. And you mentioned earlier that you guys are utilizing the Ethereum blockchain, but now is that something that's going to that's indefinite, or are you planning on building your own blockchain or looking at a more scalable solution in the future?
We've been developing our own blockchain as well, and we're in the middle of it. It's called DeepChain, that'll take time to develop and mature. However, for us to work with enterprise partners on day one, we need to be able to provide solutions. And by the way, I also want to mention it's not just Ethereum, but we're also working with Hyperledger as well. So when we're working with enterprises, we have to be able to provide consistent results, something that they can rely on.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. And what does the upcoming roadmap look like for your team? Are you guys strictly focused on development or marketing or a mixture?
We have quite a few things that are coming up. We're getting ready to launch some major marketing around some of the products that we're launching, as well as some new offerings that that'll be coming out. But we'll definitely stay tuned over the next few months. We have a lot of stuff coming.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. And what would you say are the biggest challenges moving forward that may lay ahead as you continue to try and grow the product?
The challenges really are continuing to see the adoption, seeing how the adoption takes off, what kind of partnerships can help with that, how the industry continues to change, and what big players come in and bring this adoption into play. Because I do believe it's happening fairly soon. We also have noticed Facebook and some other giants getting in on it.
Yeah, it's an interesting time. Facebook, big banks, they're all creating their own coins and trying to integrate the blockchain as well. So we'll see how that works out. Now, if there are you guys looking for more people to join your team or more investors or just more end customers? And how can those people learn more about DeepCloud?
Sure, they can go to deepcloudai.com. We are looking for all of the above, as a matter of fact. But definitely we have great community that's with us, and even our existing investors have been absolutely phenomenal, and they've been helping with the growth, with the advisement, and how to really go to market.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. And is there any last words you'd like to give to the audience about DeepCloud AI moving forward?
Please stay tuned. I think this is going to be really, really big, what we're coming out with. It's definitely going to change the landscape of how domains are sold and are going to be decentralized. So keep an eye on us. We have a lot of stuff coming.
Amazing. I'll leave the links in the description box below to the DeepCloud AI site and everything else. And thank you so much for your time, Max. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and all the best on your project moving forward.
Thank you, Ashton. I really appreciate it.